Olivia's father, you see it, you see things differently that we don't get to see. And it's really sad because we know he don't have the money. He can't
Oh,
be
the girl is
taking
smart.
both taking care of both of them. I mean, I don't know. Have you seen much of the apartment?
Well, it's not much to see, but I'm looking at it like Olivia and Shanice are working and they're helping Sean pay the bills, basically.
Mm. Yeah.
Sean don't have no money.
Mm-hmm.
Contrary to what he's saying, he ain't got no money. He's trying to be something he's not. He's like the kid that never had, that wants to show that they have, but he ain't got nothing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And even if he has something, he don't have love. He don't have respect for women. He's a male chauvinist. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on. It's time to grow up. And I don't even want to bash him because, as I said, God uses the worst. See, God's going to turn him around where he's going to get glory out of Sean. Either Sean's going to bow down or lay down.
Mm.
It's going to be one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, are we hoping that his arrogance, his pride don't lead him to the fall?
Mm-hmm.
Because pride comes before the fall.
Yeah.
So he has to be humbled. He's going to be humbled. Shanice has to be humble, but I believe Shanice is more open, even though we have our issues. We have this lesbian thing going on. We have the different thing, but God is like, of course, Olivia has her thing that she got to straighten out, and it's going to happen. God is just using these three, this platform to really show us something.
And
And
I know you said you had to go. I want to ask you a question. Do you believe she met him when she was younger than she is now? Because she's claimed
that's
she.
not what she told me. That's not what she told me. She
What
told
did
me
she say?
she told me she had just met him, what, last summer?
Oh.
Because Olivia had just came from staying with me. I had just bought a house. I bought the house I'm living in now. I bought in 2021,
Mm-hmm.
and Olivia came and stayed with me for almost a month.
Mm-hmm.
And she came and stayed with me. She told me she was going to go back home because she was supposed to stay longer. She was trying to get back home. I'm thinking maybe that's probably when she probably had met him,
Mm-hmm.
but she wasn't saying nothing. But then she ended up, she went back to Virginia for a short period of time, and her mom had taken a job out in California for a minute, and she just went out there with her mom. She was hanging out there, and and she ended up in San Diego, and got lost, and she never returned. So
Yeah,
it's
because
kind
we seen messages and she had admitted that she knew him, I believe, when she was 17, graduating out of high school. Because she has a late birthday, so she graduated when she was
of,
17.
mhm.
And she was introduced, and so she kind of knew, and they ran in the same circle, and he knew of her at least when she was 17.
Yeah, I see. I didn't know that.
Mm.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
But you know, and that also shows us because people are like, I can't believe you let your daughter. Well, she grown now; she can make her own decisions. But I always tell people that the seed has been sown. Me and her mother sowed some good seeds. She didn't have ratchet parents, or we weren't perfect parents, but we loved Olivia. I was in Olivia's life. Her mom was in her life. Olivia didn't want for nothing. Olivia had the best on so many levels. But sometimes, you know, it's crazy when kids have so much they don't appreciate it. And sometimes it takes you going out and you hooking up with a man that drags you, and then you realize, just like the prodigal son, hey, I'm in this pigsty. I'm coming to my senses. I need to go back home to dad.
Mm-hmm.
People be like, you got to kind of look at, did you make a mistake in your life? Yeah, I made a lot of mistakes, but I was there for my child.
Right.
But it's like, I tell people the prodigal son's father was a man of God. So they say, you're a man of God, you're a preacher, blah, blah, blah. Prodigal son's child, the prodigal son's, you're a preacher, blah, blah, blah. Prodigal son's child, the prodigal son's father was a man of God. But he still decided to go and buy prostitutes. He still decided to go and live wild, but when you come to your senses. And that's why it says, train up a child in the way that they should go, so when they get older, they won't depart from it. The seeds have been sown. And when you really sow a seed of love from God, oh, it's going to return, not void. The Bible said it's going to return with results. She's going to come back. She's a smart girl. She has so much to offer. And she really is, She really is on the business. As far as the business side, she was doing good. But when she met Sean, it went all the way left to something else.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I told her when I was talking to her the other day, I said, do you realize that the business has taken a backseat to a poly relationship? You're not known for business. You're known for a poly relationship.
Mm.
You're known
Very,
for a
very
poly
true.
relationship.
Yeah.
So you're not known for, being smart and helping people in their finances, to be able to pass on the wealth of a generation. No, you're known for poly relationship with Sean, talking crazy to you, not having respect, you calling him king, and it's like, whoop, man, what's going on? So it's like I'm just like at the point where I feel that I know that God hand is on her. Um, Angels are camped about her. She has divine protection, and all of this is going to come to pass. We just got to keep praying for her, stay in her ear, and when the time comes. But the thing is, every nasty animal shows his face, shows his hand. The Bible says you can tell a tree by the fruit it bears. Sean, I'm sure he has already shown his fruit. She has already seen the actions that are evil. It's just, Olivia, he was like her second boyfriend. I don't think the first boyfriend she was really into like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like he was like the first one. Then he gets 10 years on her, as far as sexually, he probably blew her mind. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, my first experience with a woman, I was 13. Well, I was abused, and it was a school teacher. It was a school teacher that was not. It was a school teacher in my school, but she wasn't my school teacher. But she was friends to my teacher. And my school teacher, but she was friends to my teacher, and somehow we had an
Right.
incident that happened, and she learned some things about me and another little girl, and I think it sparked her until I started getting older, and I realized that this ain't normal.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's when I'm kind of I stare at Olivia and I see that she's so naive, and I'll be like, Lord, my child, thank you for watching over her.
Mm-hmm.
I thank God for watching over her because I know she's protected. I continue to tell her I love you, you're beautiful, and I'm always here if you need me. You need money, you need to call me, you need to get out, I'll fly and get you, whatever we need to do. But I mean, Olivia, um, I know it's coming that time where it's going to come at a point. I don't know who's going to leave first, her or Shanice, but I know they both not with that. I mean, no. I mean, it
Yeah.
comes to a point where yeah, you got to get out the house. You got to get out the house. You got to get some sun. You got to get some peace. You can't live with someone that's so narcissistic that they just, that nasty towards you, and that spirit is just not right.
They talked about having kids. Do you feel like that Olivia is gonna have a child with him?
I don't think so because Olivia don't want to. Olivia ain't trying to have no kids like that now.
Okay.
I mean, if she has kids, like if she does have kids and she have kids by Sean, I'm feeling like just imagine Sean having to share his attention with a child. He would be very upset. Just imagine Sean, if they don't stay together, having to pay some child support. He ain't got no money.
Mm.
Just imagine that.
Mm.
So I don't think so. Yeah,
Mm.
I don't think so. And Shanice, I mean, I think if him and Shanice been together this long and she hasn't had kids, probably not gonna happen either.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't think so. I don't
Well,
think so.
thank you so much. I appreciate you taking the time, and I really appreciate you giving me the honors to speak with you about this.
Yeah.
And just as a parent myself, I really appreciate you coming on here, clearing up a lot of stuff because it's obvious that Olivia has been lying for Sean. So it's great to hear from you to clear up how she views her mother and how her mother has actually been there and how you have been there for
Oh,
her.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's
We've
great.
always been. She's had support. We thought she was going to college. We really thought she was going to go ahead and go to school, and then she just jumped off and said, not going to. We really thought that she was, and I'm believing that she might still be going to college. But really, even if she don't go, she has a business mindset. She comes from an entrepreneur family.
Mhm.
Um, I have always been an entrepreneur. I've never really worked for nobody. I bought homes, I bought cars, I've opened businesses, I've done things, I've traveled, and I never depended on working for a company or working up under nobody else. My mother, my father were entrepreneurs, my brothers and sisters are entrepreneurs. So it's a part of our family. So it's in her bloodline to do it. Even with how she created this whole platform and how she did the work and as far as all the videos and grinding and getting her name out there. She's an entrepreneur. She's really smart, but she's with somebody that is trying to pull it out. Well, really, I think he's trying to ride on the knowledge that she had. He's trying to come up on that. But the thing about it is, it's built on sand, it's built on lies, and it's got to come down. And
I totally agree.
I called not just me, but everybody who's really sincere about this thing and who's really sincere about the things of God. If you look at the book of Jeremiah, God said that he called us and ordained us to be prophets to the nations. He said he called us to tear things down and build things up. So it's time for us to speak truth to power, tear these things down, the stuff that's happening. If it's not right, it's just not right. And now is the time to do it.
Absolutely. Well, I agree. And thank you so much. I don't want to take too much of your time. I really appreciate you joining. And I look forward to your live on Sunday at 10 a.m.
Hey, I'm looking forward to you. I have a lot of